Hello, 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 hello. Ding, 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 Ah, Martin, the game jam man.
Holy smokes, it's loud.
What is going on, bro?
Well, it's done.
It's done. Looks like
It's
a
done.
sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah,
Looks like
I
you're
only had about an
relieved,
hour left. Well,
huh?
it's a 3 day jam. I only had about an hour left.
Oh wow! It was 3 day
Yeah.
jam.
Yep.
Holy moly! No wonder you
It's
were saying
it
yesterday.
just finished.
I was just wondering. I was like, what's up with this dude? He just keeps saying all these things. What happened? He just can do it. And then now I know. Oh, it was 3 day jam.
Yeah.
And they call it jam. And it sound make it sound like you're jamming in there. But
Yeah,
there's
they do, but really, there's no jamming. It's just
there's
me.
no.
Oh, I have not been programming that fast for a long time. Because with this one, the rules are no engines, no nothing. You got to build it from the ground up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oof. But I did it.
That's good. That is good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I built the basics of the engine
Mm-hmm.
on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and then whoops, and then I got the
Mm-hmm.
gameplay all done. A combination of today and yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I'll tell you what. So I
Uh-huh.
wrote an entire like ECS system. I mean, it's really not optimized well at all, right? But
Okay, okay.
I mean, it works for a small game. I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually pushing the limits of how the physics works right now,
Mm-hmm.
because well, basically, here's how the game is, right? It's a side scroller.
Uh-huh.
Well, think Smash Brothers Brawl from Nintendo. You know the game?
Uh-huh.
Think sort of like that, except obviously 2D graphics,
Okay.
and um, and the actual fighting mechanics though are a little different,
Mm-hmm.
because basically you can shoot this. Basically, it's like a minigun,
Mm-hmm.
and and you can shoot this. I call it a blink, and what it does is it's just another projectile that when it lands, it teleports you to wherever it lands.
Okay, 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 okay.
And those are the two mechanics, basically.
But isn't
Like
that
it's just jumping and walking and moving and stuff. But
okay, I got you. So basically like a transponder or teleportation device more so like.
yeah,
So I remember this thing what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about. This feature has been implemented in Unreal Tournament 2000 and 2003 actually.
yeah,
2004, make it 2004. So in Unreal Tournament there was this map, okay? So in this game mode where it was more like capture the flag, but
yeah,
there used to be a device in it, and you would throw the transponder wherever you threw the transponder, or it basically there was a gun in it. All right, the gun fired the transponder,
yeah,
and then you would just teleport to that thing.
yeah. Same idea.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um, anyway, it's well 2 to 4 players,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. So on the CS, I built a UI thing. I built 2D render. I built
uh-huh.
oh, I mean, all very minimal and simple in how they work, but still,
Mhm.
there's a lot for 3 days.
It is. It is. That's really true.
Yeah. Plus, on Friday, most of my day was used up for school anyway. So really, like two and a
Mm-hmm.
half ish days. Two
Mm-hmm.
days and a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
In.
See, you are here, so I tried to even save it. Otherwise, I wouldn't even attempted it. Ah, I missed it. Oh,
Have you got gamepads at home that you can
huh?
hook up to your PC? Have you got gamepads at home that you can hook up to your PC? Whoops, sorry.
Game Pass?
Gamepads, you know, like a Xbox
Ah,
controller or something like that.
okay.
If you do, I can send you the zip if you'd like.
Okay. You can send it to me. I'll figure it out. How do you use it? So you cannot, you haven't written it for keyboard and mouse.
No.
Okay.
Because it's local multiplayer, so keyboard and mouse would get awkward.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. Although the UI is actually driven by the mouse.
Uh huh. Because I don't think I have gamepad though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have gamepad. I've always been a keyboard mouse guy, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I just think you could even play it with, even if I wrote it to work
Hmm.
with keyboard. I don't know how well it would work, because like 4 people on a keyboard, that ain't gonna fly.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
See what I mean? It's just too tight.
Uh huh.
Oh,
Yeah, then you will have to actually yeah, if you will try to do that thing, then network is a network, right? So whether it is a local network or it is internet. So
yeah, and I didn't do
yeah,
any networking for it.
yeah,
It's just local on the machine, so.
it gets tricky after a while. So yeah.
Oh.
I have a job interview tomorrow and I'm not doing anything about it. Simply be, simply because it's not very clear to me as to what exactly the whole thing is all about.
Mm.
Yeah, like if you have a clue, right? Like if you have the
Yeah, at
clear,
least you can look.
yeah, if you have clear cut requirement, what exactly is expected, then you can do something about it. But without it, it's just hard.
Yeah. Here we go. That's Pops.
I'm not sure if you realize this thing, but this is casual. We are playing, all right? I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know.
Thank you. Yeah. Kills me.
I killed you. All right.
Good news is, though, the game's actually fun to play. Yay! I did get a chance to play test it with my family.
I'm not surprised actually. I am not surprised at it, especially if you like add some sort of like like a more little bit like if you add more things to it, like it's like when somebody spawns, when somebody.
Well, so how it's structured right now is basically there's a timer, and then
Mhm,
when the
mhm.
timer ends, right, then that's when the match ends, and otherwise you just keep respawning.
Okay, okay, okay. And what do you do after spawning though?
Try and kill the other guy.
Oh, that kill the other guy. I see.
It's a
Okay,
fight game, right? It's a fighting game.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's no health or anything. It's just instant death. So if you get shot, then you get. But the respawn times are also like,
Uh-huh.
half a second or something. So.
I got you. That sounds like fun to me.
Uh,
Ah, that sounds like a fun game.
whoop. I think no.
Yeah.
The graphics are not very good though.
Mhm.
It's just a bunch of boxes. That's it. That's all I render in this boxes.
Bro, I tell you, I come from the age when
Who gives a shit,
graph
right? Yeah.
exactly graphics didn't even exist.
Yeah.
So, oh, I'm
Whoa.
sorry. Oh shit.
Nice shot.
Nice one.
Yeah, that is true though. I don't actually care about graphics that much either.
Imagine the games, the kind of games like I have played and enjoyed them. It's pretty so thinking about graphics actually is not. In fact, I think the contrary to the whole thing, the game that have better graphics, I think I never really you don't really enjoy them because there's too much going on
Yeah,
and
there's only one exception to that for me, which is narrative games,
uh-huh.
right? Which are practically a movie.
Mhm.
In which case it is nice to have good graphics for that, but also, why is it even a game? You know?
Mhm. Exactly.
Yeah. No, all my favorite games have had not necessarily bad graphics, but not necessarily good ones either.
Mm. Like if you go look at it, look at what you call it, Delta Force Land Warrior. This game came out in what, 2003 actually, 2004, 2005, 10, 2004, yeah. And I played the hell out of it, but if you go look at its graphics, graphics
Yeah.
are, I mean, you'll be like, what the hell is this? I mean, if you compare it with today's graphics.
Yeah.
Actually, I was trying to go on the other side, but
As I clicked you.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, graphics doesn't matter really.
Yeah.
It's the experience of the gameplay.
Yep.
What you do, yeah. Remember, like I don't know if you have ever played any of those games, like where uh like those asteroid arcane and arcade games,
I played those. Yeah, yeah.
but they used to be fun, and they're
Yeah.
still fun if you play them
Yep.
because of the gameplay. They are simple. You don't have to do too much, and it's just
Yeah. Mine's extremely fast paced. You know what's funny? It feels slower when you're playing it. Because part of
mm-hmm,
the submission is we had to make a video with the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, I recorded some of the playtesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And holy smokes, when I'm watching the video back, I'm like, wait a second, what's happening? I can barely keep up with it.
Right.
Because when you're just playing it, you're only focused on your character and whoever
Right.
you're shooting at. When you're watching it though, there's so much happening.
Right.
Oh, I can't.
And that's the thing with all the simple games. There's a lot going on. They automatically actually become fast paced, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they become fast paced, really, really fast paced. Like
So,
in what you can do. So how do you do it? Like um, so the two teams, like one player is on one side and other player is on other side, and you
well, it's a
spawn.
free for all. It's a free for all. There's a bunch of preset spawn points, and you'll
Mm-hmm.
just randomly choose a spawn point. Well, sort of. It will spawn you at the furthest one, or at the spawn point which is furthest from the nearest player. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then yeah, and then you spawn and you got you can jump, you can
Mm-hmm.
teleport with a blink thing, you can shoot your gun, and the gun shoots fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a minigun. Um,
Okay.
but it can only shoot for like I think half a second, very slightly
Mm-hmm.
longer than that, before it goes into cooldown mode.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it works is basically, whoop, um, sorry. The way it works is basically there's a temperature for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're shooting, it goes up, and if it hits the max, then it has to cool down completely before you can shoot it again.
Interesting. So you have seems like you have implemented quite a lot of things in it. Then
Yeah,
interesting. Okay.
yeah. So really, you want to shoot in short bursts, right? And
Mm-hmm.
never completely run low.
So.
So when it's overheated, it recharges more slowly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like double punishment. And then also the bullets glide with each other, so you can shoot bullets out of the sky.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't plan it that way, but it just sort of happened. I'm like, sure, I'll take it. And the funny thing is, it's a legit strategy. Because the
Right.
bullets in this game are actually sort of big.
Uh-huh.
Because otherwise when the screen like zooms out when you have like four
Uh-huh.
players all over the map, then it's actually hard to see the bullets if they're too small. But since I had to make them so big, now
Uh-huh.
it's actually a lot easier than you'd expect to shoot them out of the sky.
Hmm.
So that's cool. And then they also don't go like super fast, right?
Hmm.
Because they're
Interesting.
straight projectiles, right?
Right.
They're not raycast.
It seems like a pretty cool game, bro.
Yeah.
So is it possible like you
What do you
make
say?
it like available online like so that web based so that people just log in and people can go and play it?
Yeah, definitely possible. I mean, I haven't done it right now because the
Mm-hmm.
game jam just there's no way I can get new networking done in that time frame
Mm-hmm.
too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you do that, let me know. I'll be your tester. I will test it
Yeah.
for you. I'll play it every day. See that?
Oh no. Okay. Oh man, I can't tell if that game jam came in at a good time or a bad time for me now. Well,
What happened? What about game are you saying?
I can't tell if the game jam Ubisoft one happened at a good time or a bad time for me. Because the day right before,
Uh-huh.
you're not streaming, right? You're just online, yeah.
No, I am streaming right now.
Oh, you are? Okay, I won't mention this then.
No, hold on a second. Let me do this. I can mute this whole thing. It's not a big deal.
Do you have class tomorrow? Tomorrow is Monday. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I got class, but it's at like 6 p.m.
Ah, okay, in the evening. Yeah. Oh yeah, you told me that thing. Like, lots of your things are at night.
Mhm.
I've become so lazy lately. So I'll tell you this, bro. So I found out this story, and this is like I just recently learned about from this guy I was
Mhm.
talking to one day on Twitch. So he he had a girlfriend, all right. He was dating her, and because of the girlfriend, he moved to Iowa, another state. Let's just say that,
Yeah.
and he moved over there, and then I think he somehow he managed to live somewhere. I just don't know what was the situation. And the poor guy, he finds out that that woman was married, she had children, and everything. Imagine that.
Mhm.
How fucked up is that?
Yeah, that sucks.
So
I saw this thing the other day. What
uh,
was it? Can't remember. It was just a comedy skit though.
mhm.
Um, let me think if I can remember. Hold on. Right, okay. Here's what it is. Women, what are they? Time and money. Okay, but time is money. So, really, women are just money squared, right? What's at the root of all your problems? Money.
Money.
Okay. So, if women equals money squared, and the root of all your problems is money, then what does that make women?
Takes behind it, figure it out.
There you go. Figured out, yeah.
Oh god, that's funny. Alright, there you go. I'll make sure they hear that. He's alright.
Checking you out. Oh, he's taking him out though. Yeah, you got this.
I don't know, so
We got it.
we got it.
Not too after there.
Mhm. I don't have boost, bro.
Okay.
Incoming.
Oh.
Ah! You know, up until this point, we have been just playing casual.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure that you know. Sometimes it's just fun to lose quietly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And make score 144 points.
I didn't see the scoreboard. Was that you or me who got 144?
Me, it was me.
Okay.
Mm.
It kills me. What's Marvel even making anymore? I don't even know. I stopped following them.
The Avengers movie?
Yeah, what are they on right now? Like what projects? What phase of the MCU are we at now?
They are in a sucky phase of MCU, basically.
Is she sucky or second?
Sucking phase, basically. Like,
Second, yeah.
yeah, the phase that sucks literally.
Yep.
Like
I still don't get it, man. They don't. Who do they think they're making these movies for? Because I'm sorry, it's not the women. They're never gonna show up, man. They don't give a shit about superhero movies. They never have. They never will.
No, they won't. No. It's
Somehow that's our fault.
it's I mean, it's pretty sad that how, like just for example, Hulk, right? Dr. Banner worked hard his entire life, and to become Hulk.
Yeah.
So his sister somehow becomes Hulk by getting a cut, and his blood mixes with her blood. But the question real is that how Hulk got the cut though. Hulk doesn't get
Yeah.
cut with small
Doesn't
thing.
get cut. You can't. Like,
So
I don't know if I've ever seen him bleed in any movie except that one.
no, except for the last one, right? So
Which one's the last one, man? Like, I have no idea.
no, sorry, Avenger Infinity Wars, where
Yeah.
he
that.
gets his ass kicked by Thanos.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly not in a friggin' car accident. Come on.
Exactly, certainly not in a car accident. So, and she all of a sudden becomes Hulk, which I think is horse shit. Okay.
Yeah, that alone is her shit. But then the fact that she's got complete control over it.
Uh-huh.
And is
Yeah,
good at
in no
everything.
time. Yeah.
What are you talking about? You don't know shit.
Right, and then female Thor, all of a sudden his girlfriend,
Really?
because
It does, yeah.
she has all kinds of power. Nobody knows how she got those powers.
Yeah,
How
it's not
she,
the hammer that was magical,
yeah.
but
So all these horseshit things they added. Why would people like it?
yeah.
Just because, and I mean, just because you're trying to prove a point doesn't mean it's gonna work.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's a good movie. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen good movies that prove terrible points. Or don't really prove it, but you know what I mean? Like, play devil's advocate.
Right.
There's good movies.
Right.
It doesn't matter what the point is, it matters if the movie's done well.
Exactly. And especially like when these movies they look like that this like deliberate attempt to spread a propaganda. Somehow
Yeah.
just is deliberate attempt to create a propaganda. That's something.
Yeah, it's not a movie, it's just a
Hmm.
advertisement for
Right. Exactly. I could have saved it. Right there. See, I went right. Like I could have gone on that direction, but.
This is a bit of a different tangent, but this is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
So my sister, Miles Fun, she watched the, you know how the Bard movie came out maybe a couple months ago?
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. She watched that in theaters with her boyfriend, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they hated it. It just sucked, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen like some of it, and it looks so funny. I mean, it looks terrible.
It's
It
I
looks
watched
like
it
all
too.
the problems that you were
Mm-hmm.
talking about just
Mm-hmm.
ramped up to 11. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
just, I have to see it. It's a train wreck, right? Like,
that's what these days is going on. Like,
and for it, not a chance in hell.
yeah, it's just they think that men are like Ken and women are like Barbie dolls. We are like fucking robots, but are toys.
Uh,
It's
the funniest thing is that movie tries to make a bunch of points about how, you know, the feminism thing, right?
mm-hmm.
If you actually watch it and pay attention, from what I've seen, it proves the opposite. It proves women suck ass.
Exactly.
Pretty good.
Exactly. Uh-huh. It's
Which is just so ironic.
it's just the way I think
turn the mic on this string.
Nice. Oh, I messed you up again. Okay. Okay, that's too fast for me. No. Nice. And they're gone.
One or two shots like that ends the game.
I actually got to figure out my group for that jam, actually.
Yeah.
'Cause I never bothered.
Mhm.
It was 2 weeks out, and now it's next week, so
Wow.
I should do that.
The time flies. It's just, it will be there. It will be right next day. And you
Well,
won't.
especially the last like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
The game jam plus that shit, like. It's been a hectic couple days.
So in your game jam, so do they let you like access the internet and all, or
Oh yeah.
okay?
Yeah, well, it depends on the jam, right? Different jams have different rules, but generally, yeah, you're allowed to access the internet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
'Cause that would just be dumb, I think, if you weren't allowed to. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like realistically, when do you program without access to the internet?
Right.
Although, you know what? Hey, here I'm curious what your take on this is. Handwritten computer like assignments and quizzes and tests and stuff like that. Okay, where you gotta write code, except you gotta write it paper and pencil.
Really?
Yeah, actually.
I think-
what's your take?
I think it's horseshit.
Yeah.
I think it's horseshit.
Lately, I've been thinking it's less for shit. You know why?
Why?
Because I took a couple way back in high school. Okay,
Uh-huh.
that was I had some computer science courses, and they needed and they had exams, and they wanted it handwritten.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll text. I know how to program. This is just exhausting for my hand. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, how do you even know if it works if you can't run the damn thing?
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
My point. Yep.
On the other hand, now that I've seen the quality of students and the fact that they're getting into like, because I'm only a second semester, but I hang out with a lot of the students later, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, their programming skills, oof. Okay, they just aren't very good. They haven't even figured out the syntax properly yet. Let alone more complicated structures and stuff, right? Just the syntax they trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bet you anything, if they had to write a handwritten exam in whatever language it was, they'd know the syntax by now. Just because if they don't know the syntax, they fail. Because the computer won't tell them they fucked it up.
Not really. Actually, I would little bit disagree on it, and I'll tell you why. I think that they don't know the syntax simply because they never programmed. Programming requires you to sit on a computer and do actual shit, right? So
No, I agree. But
yeah, so that
I'm not saying it's the best way to learn. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying it guarantees that students. will
yeah,
at least
yes,
know
I see.
the
Yeah,
syntax.
yeah, they pass it basically. They so that they pass the exam basically. This
You know,
way.
it's because the thing about learning syntax by programming is that it requires you to practice, right? If you
Mm-hmm.
want to be a good programmer, you just got to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Students won't do that. A lot of students will do the assignments and they won't practice,
Mm-hmm.
and that's enough, right?
I mean, it's like that, and then like if you ask students like objective questions, like objective multiple choice questions, right? You give questions students multiple choice questions in the assignment for the syntax, and you will see the output of it.
Yeah, I
It's
know you are.
yeah.
Yeah, but even that isn't great because like it's pretty obvious. I've seen some of the multiple choice stuff that they do for the quizzes, because they
Mm-hmm.
have that too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for the programming course at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm sorry, one of the syntaxes is probably right, and the other three are obviously wrong, for like
Mm-hmm.
really basic reasons. You know what I mean? What?
Almost.
So I don't know how useful that necessarily is for actually teaching somebody
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the syntax, or even proving that somebody knows it. You know what I mean? Because even if you don't know what it is, you can definitely know what it isn't.
I mean, most of the time syntax doesn't really matter as much, because once you are using,
Doesn't Because if you know how to code, it doesn't matter. If you don't know how to code, then I'm sorry, but it still does. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, the reason why I'm saying is that if you're using the wrong tools to code, then these little things they do matter. But yes, I
But
think
that's my
that
point, is a lot of the students are still at the stage where syntax does matter because that's what they're learning.
uh, yeah, I guess. I mean,
See what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because
I
if you've
mean,
learned a language or two, then yeah, the syntax doesn't matter and you know it because it's all the same.
mm-hmm. And
If it's your first language and you know there's in a couple assignments and that was about it,
right, and I think
like,
you
it's still gonna matter for you.
I think you
You just
already
gotta
answered
recognize
this
the fact.
question. Like we don't know how dumb somebody is, because just because we know stuff doesn't mean that everybody
Yeah,
else knows it. And if just because it's easy for us and it's natural for us does not mean that it's natural for others too.
yeah.
So yeah,
And
it's so it does how do I say it, like
whoops.
and I think that's what how the professors normally design these things, so that students can pass the exam. It's not always about, I guess, uh
Yeah,
yeah.
it
So
shouldn't be about passability though. It should be about quality. You know what I mean? It should be about making sure the students know their shit.
but he's right, but here's the thing, bro. Lots of students, they take the classes, and lots
Yeah.
of in fact, I will give you this, okay? So I'll tell you a a, a hardcore experience. The majority of students who even finish their undergrad, okay, they
Hmm.
literally don't know jack shit. So
Oh, I know.
if there is a chemical engineer who finishes undergrad in chemical engineering, he doesn't, after he finishes 4 years, after 4 years, he doesn't know jack shit about chemical engineering.
Hmm.
Same thing with a computer science student, that they
Yeah.
finish all that, but they don't know jack shit about computer science.
Yeah.
And that is the hardcore reality. Most students, they just mug up things, they do things, blah blah blah, they do all kinds of stuff, but they don't know why,
Yeah.
because the practical application of something is very limited. All right, and then and they don't know what they're doing, right? So
Yeah.
so the program you make versus program the whole entire group makes, it's there's a night and day, right?
Sorry, say that again?
I say it's night and day as far as
Yeah.
output
Yeah.
is concerned, right?
I heard itinerary for some reason. Yeah. Night and day. Yeah.
So bona fide kings, what's up, buddy? Let me see. Yeah, how you doing, man? Just it's really hard to tell because at times in and in fact people who know, they know it like what in, and that even their knowledge is also very limited because of the say lack of in that realm.
No.
Yeah, it's thanks for stopping by, bro. How you doing? Are you streaming? Are you playing any game? Do you play Rocket League by any chance? Can't even control the car.
Hmm?
I said my car control is sucky right now. Can't even do that.
Mm.
The-
That's my mistake.
I'm used to it, but you should have stolen it.
I
I'm
was
off.
I tried, man. I just was slow.
Mhm. You just downloaded it this week, bro. It's so like well, you used to play and then you were taking a break or Mhm. never played it before. That's fine. That's fine. It's gonna be a good learning curve. But it's fun game once you get once you start to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so yeah, bro. I think, but I think I'm gonna get back into coding again. To be honest, But this time probably I'm gonna look into something neural network or something. I gotta do something. Yeah, I really need to because it's like I'm becoming dumb by the day. Yeah, how to know these things, but I don't know.
uh, like I get what you mean, but you feel like you're getting dumber by the day, but for different reasons. Because on
Mm-hmm.
the one hand, every time I'm at the college,
Uh huh.
it's just an ego boost.
Right.
Right?
Right. Right.
But then, on the other hand, I know that I'm sitting here in classrooms, not
Mm-hmm.
learning shit. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
at least I'm
Yes.
not going anywhere right now.
Right. Legal Eye. What's up, bro? Thanks, bro. Do you play Rocket League by any chance or no? Uh, it's if I go, he's gonna flick it. Yeah.
That's it.
It's just sometimes I don't don't know. I feel like the new car, the camera settings for me is just not, or maybe it's a new camera setting, or it's just lack of training. Yeah. So what we were talking about. I'm terrible. I tried Rocket League. I'm terrible at flying, bro. Nobody gets good at Rocket League in one day. Believe me,
Yeah.
nobody. If you think that it's gonna be like Fortnite, that you join the game and you get couple of kills and all that, not gonna happen. Believe me.
I remember when I first started playing Rocket League. Holy shit. It was better than average, but I was still shit because I played the SSL before, right?
Right.
So then, but man, I couldn't even hit the friggin' ball. I go
Yeah.
for it,
Exactly.
missed it. Whoops.
Like even today, like silvers and bronze or gold, even gold, very consistent at hitting the ball properly.
Mm-hmm.
I missed the boost.
Okay.
But yeah, legal. If you just train, you will have to train for a little bit. Watch YouTube videos and watch gameplays, and then you'll have to train for it. And I think after 100 hours, you will be fine. Connect.
Hey,
Nice shot.
pure luck.
So boring. Why is boring, bro? Boostaholic so boring. I don't know why he's saying boring. Oh, I was just trying to
I don't know
redirect
what
it.
that was. No.
Nah, I didn't have the read in it. I had the read, I just didn't challenge it fast enough, though. Alright, well, let's go. I don't have blue, so I'm gonna go back. Oh! What time it is? Let me see. One.
One,
Yeah.
120.
I think I can say myself good luck with the tomorrow's interview.
What time is it?
It's
Like,
2
what
o'clock.
time's the
2
interview?
o'clock tomorrow. 2 p.m. EST.
Oh, this is so bad.
Yeah, like it's gonna be like panel interview. Like 4 dudes are gonna be sitting there, fighting questions, insulting me.
Yep.
No, that doesn't happen. Actually, it rarely happens. It never
What
happens.
was it
Like,
happened that the other guy? I wasn't insulting, but or you insulted him, right?
I did. I didn't insult
Yeah.
him or anything. I just spoke
Yeah.
spoke the truth. Yes,
Yeah.
I just spoke the truth that hey, psychology is a hokum. It's a bullshit. So He just did. He asked for my opinion. I wasn't saying it. He just asked, "What do you think?" and this and that. So I just told him what I think.
Yeah.
I think this like getting degree in psychology is hokum. It's horseshit. Waste of money. Don't get it. Anybody who is smart enough gets a degree in STEM, physics, chemistry, mathematics, engineering. Those type of things. If anybody who thinks that they're smart enough, get a degree in that. If you don't have degree in that, don't call yourself smart. Hooking a VGA cable with a freaking TV or monitor is not called being smart.
Yeah.
That's called electrician. So
It's barely even that. Come on, get real. It's you know those little toys that you give babies, the one with the shapes and the horses. Yeah, that's what putting the VGA into display is.
right. So so that's what it was. I didn't intend to insult him. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
He asked for my opinion, and I just told him my
And you
opinion.
gave an opinion he didn't like.
Yeah, he gave exactly. I gave him an opinion that he didn't like. Otherwise, more power to the dude. I love the dude. He's a good dude. He's a very good dude. I think he just got a girlfriend, so now he's busy. Hoes before bros. This opposite is going on with him. He hit it.
Hmm?
And actually, I talked to him after that too when he came, right? So after that also, but I think he understood my point, and after that I think when we talked about it, and I told him, so he was talking to me about chakras, how to all these things. Hold on, let me put this guy in place. Bro, go to bed. Otherwise, I'm gonna tell your dad. And make sure you party before you go to bed. And wash your hands. Hands after that. And put on your diapers. Yeah, you need diapers. Bro is trying to be toxic here for no reason. We are not even looking at the ball, and he's.
I literally said, I did say easy. Oh, I literally, he said boring, and then I said you're right. It's too easy. Never mind. He
Never
started it.
mind. We're not even looking at the ball, and bro here is trying to get all toxic and shit. For no reason. We are like bunch of nice chill dudes, and we are talking about psychology and shit. You must have been a psychology major.
God, just my mind went back to my crazy professor.
What happened to the crazy? Was he psychology dude or what is it?
This is psychology. No, I'll tell you what, that guy needed a therapist. He actually did. Like, he's crazy.
That was messed up.
Now, everything under the sun, right? Like, oh, ended marriage. Like, bro.
Ended marriage. I mean, isn't that what's called failure? Because when you want to achieve an objective and
No, I'm just thinking that in my head, like, what the fuck is this guy on about? He's just trying to justify his fuck ups.
Just exactly. That's the perfect sign of a loser, you know, symptoms of a loser. Oh god, Rocket League God is hitting on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever yours. So I should have taken shortcuts.
Go.
Whatever yours. There you go. Yeah, I think Rocket League God loves you, bro. It's just look at you. You hit the ball, you hit the wall again, and still it goes in. Look at that. Look at that. You have been a good
That's how it works.
student. You have been a good disciple, right? You have been a good disciple. You have a good uh, to people in Rocket League.
Yeah. I did cut open that goat the other day, so that might help.
Yeah, the sacrificial. Might be, yeah, it's possible. We cut open the goat. Maybe that's.
I could have gotten that in, but no.
Oh. Mhm. And Rocket League God definitely hates that dude. Rocket League God definitely hates that dude. See, that's called remote control goal.
It's a really good guy just putting the ball in for me.
The remote control shot. You hit the ball, then you controlled his car with your remote, and then boom. Imagine that.
The power of God compelled him.
We have power. I'm telling you, man, the goat must have been very tasty.
That reminded me of this funny movie. It's called Just Like Heaven. It's so good.
Which one?
But Just Like Heaven. So it's about this
Okay.
this guy. He moves into this apartment. It's a really nice apartment, and it's haunted. Just straight up, there's a woman who is a ghost and is living there.
Okay.
But she doesn't know she died
What?
because actually she didn't die. She's just in a coma.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, the guy he pulls in all the stops to try and get rid of this thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Including some priest who's standing there, and you can see the ghost because, like, you know, it's from his perspective. The movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just see these two people standing, and the priest, like, he's got this little, I don't know, silver thing, and a little bit of water, right? And he's just like looking around the water ground. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. And he's just missing, right? Because he doesn't see anything.
Right. yeah. In the Exorcist movies, have you seen those movies? The Exorcist, The
Um,
Exorcist.
I want to say yes. He tried to commit suicide, ended up in hell for a few minutes, and then like came back. Is that the one that you're thinking of?
Oh no,
Like,
Exorcist
he's an
is
exorcist.
so Exorcist is about somebody is possessed with some sort
No,
of.
I know what an exorcist is.
So there are like quite a few Exorcist movies they have made. I can't remember
Yeah.
which one exactly, but if I so
Uh,
in those movies they do this thing a lot. By the power
yeah.
of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave.
Yeah.
and and have you seen that scary movie? In scary one of the scary movies, they make fun of the Exorcist movie where a girl.
No, I never watched. I don't know. I've never been that interested in horror.
Scary movie is like actually a
I hate
comedy.
horror movies. No, I know.
Okay.
What? Oops. I don't know. Those sorts of movies just never interested me. But weirdly, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I got super into Korean horror shows a little while ago. I don't know what
Okay.
it is. They do them so well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe because it's just a foreign language, so I can't hear the cheesiness of the acting.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think right, they're just funny.
Okay. I mean, you will have to recommend
Wow.
me if you may have to. You will have to recommend me some so that
Yeah.
yeah, I want to watch them too. I like horror movies actually. I love it. I
Hmm.
just love the cheesiness of the whole thing. Like
One is
how.
just called Kingdom. Well, if you're looking for cheesy, then maybe not, because like the Korean horror stuff, it's weird. They're
Mm-hmm.
not exactly comedies; they're dramas.
Right, right. I think so too. Yeah, it's drama,
You know?
just like the Japanese horror. Japanese horror is also like a drama,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
It's like a big soap opera with some sort of horror element.
but I think so. What I'm saying is like I like the cheesiness of even though it's serious, but I just
Hmm.
like the cheesiness of it that they
Okay.
think they don't even make sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's basically about a zombie outbreak
okay.
mixed with. Oh, mixed with some politics stuff.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Have you watched this show? It's on Netflix. Actually, it should be on Netflix at least. Z Nation.
I watched some of it.
Oh, you
I don't
did.
know.
Okay, okay,
I think,
okay.
I think I got bored of it. I think I got bored of it. Earlier.
No, I Z Nation. Z Nation is comedy, so I think you will love it. It's a comedy horror show sort of, and so they show like different types of zombies in it too.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, the
I think
radiation
I've done with it.
zombies.
Yeah. It's just completely ridiculous. Just yeah.
That one. Actually, I gotta start watching it again. I'm gonna start doing it. That show, I loved it. I think one of the most underrated shows on Netflix. Z Nation. And the best part about it is there was an ending to it too. That okay, it ended and there was an ending to it. Like there was a conclusion.
Go on forever.
Yeah, they go on
Zombies, they
forever.
just
Bro is trying hard. All right. But
yeah.
that one has ending actually, so I loved it. It was just an ending. I would say is a pretty decent ending too.
Hmm. Whoops! Did not mean to touch that. That reminds me, I gotta watch that Resident Evil TV show. Remember it came back a few years ago?
Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
watched a couple episodes and then, I don't know, something happened, I just didn't finish it. But I liked what I saw.
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen the Resident Evil show. I think was it animated or something?
Nah, it was live.
Okay, okay.
The anime that were good that you could call horror.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? One is Shiki, and that's just because it's just so well written. It's nothing to do with the horror. It's just an incredibly well written story. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It would do just as well as anything else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The other one was Another,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't good. It's just sort
Right.
of funny. And then the last one, which is absolute gold, is Ghost Stories.
Okay.
Specifically the English dub, because so the original one is it's basically it's a spin slash combination of a bunch of like Japanese folklore sort of ghost stories. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so it's actually it was very 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 popular there.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Because it's sort of like, I don't know, in the same vein as what Disney did with a lot of their old animated stuff, where it's all like folklore from history,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So everybody knows the stories, right?
Right, right.
But in their case, they sort of wrap them up into one story
Oh, okay.
as much as they could, okay? So, like, it's consistent characters and all that. It's not just a series of one-offs. But the reason it's so good, the dub is specifically, is because the stories don't translate well, apparently,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So for a Western audience, which is what they were dubbed for,
Uh-huh.
or even for a European one,
Mm-hmm.
people aren't gonna care,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
And also, when it was eventually translated, it wasn't new at the time. So even if
Mhm.
people did care, it probably wouldn't have done well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What happened was it ended up getting sold off, the rights to translate and distribute internationally.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Got sold off as like a part of a package deal for a much bigger license.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so the company who owned the rights to do the translation, actually they went through their old material and said, yeah, let's translate this one, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was nothing. It wasn't a big project. It wasn't a well-financed project or anything like that either.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was the guy who was put in charge of doing the translation,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't translate it at all.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No, instead, what he did was he just hired a bunch of voice actors and told them, literally,
Mm-hmm.
whoever shows up to work first can say whatever the hell they want, and everybody else just has to improvise. So the whole show is complete chaos.
Oh, wow.
And it's like all the offensive jokes in the book. Every joke, every demographic, every type of person you can imagine.
Uh-huh.
If there is an offensive joke, they said it.
Oh, wow.
If there isn't an offensive joke, they made one up. Like, it's so funny. Every part of it. And it's just complete chaos because the best part is
Mm-hmm.
the backdrop, the actual visuals, the animation didn't
Mhm.
change at all. They
Okay.
just changed the dialogue. And it works. It's so funny to watch. But that was a good horror show just because it's insane how that even came to exist.
Right. Exactly. That was like, oh, he saved it. Okay.
it's not really.
Right now. Actually, somebody has given me the idea too, like about uh, doing a dubbing, like of all these anime shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I will point.
Okay.
Usually.
Okay.
Not because they're good, but because
Mhm.
they're fun.
Right. Exactly. That's the whole thing, right? Like.
It's just shitting on the original, and then shitting more on the
Mhm.
dub.
Right. It's like like some of those. Have you seen those some of these C or D grade movies? Like in Hollywood, they make with cheesy graphics. They call the name
Yeah.
Sharknado or
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
you
I've
know
seen some of those.
three-headed shark versus Anaconda Saurus or something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, just whatever bullshit
Whatever
somebody
bullshit. Yeah.
while they were smoking. Yeah.
So, but some of those are like really, really fun to watch. Why? Because of the just because sometimes you just want to hear the bullshit.
Yeah. There it is. What is it? The Meg. That's it. My younger brother, he loves that show. He loves the whole trilogy.
Oh.
Whoops.
I don't have those. All right, olives.
There we go.
I killed him. Oh, he left again. You know the still season. What is it? SL slice season. This dude has left this game like 3 or 4 times. He joins and then he leaves. Slice season. What we will do is 2 o'clock. We will call it a night, huh? What do you think?
I'm good. I shouldn't screw up my.
And at least go through some stuff.
There we go.
That's gonna wake them up a little bit.
Oh, it's gonna wake them up a lot. Than that.
Look at that. Dude woke up, he left.
What the fuck are you doing here? I don't belong here.
I don't know. Oh, other dude left too. I think he woke up too. Hi. Shit. Looks like a good plan. Like I'm gonna get into this. Some coding for Chat GPT or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's as a side project thing.
Hmm.
My thing is that I don't like to do anything without any purpose. I have to
Hmm.
have a reasoning behind something.
Nice. You know what the most frustrating thing in the world is?
Huh?
Whenever it is I got some project that I actually need to get done,
Uh-huh.
right? Whether it's for a game jam or whatever,
Uh-huh.
I can get it done. And I can get it done and it's done properly, right?
Okay.
And it's
Yeah.
good. But whenever I'm just sort of working on stuff, longer term
Mm-hmm.
projects and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it just drags on and on and on.
Yeah, that's because
And I work so much less efficiently.
I think that's because you want to make it perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you want one feature to be so perfect that uh but then I think that's the whole part of it, bro. I don't know. I mean, so what do you feel about it? Like, do you think that it's a wrong thing to do, or you think that that's a good for you? Is it a good way to do it, or what is your take on it?
Not a good way to get stuff done.
Yes, not a good way to get stuff done. True. It's I mean, if
Like
you
it might be useful for learning and stuff, right? But it's purely for learning. I mean, well, you can, but you can't do long-term big projects purely for learning because it's too much of a time investment.
Mhm. I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, if you make a goal really to do a project, like if there is a plan that this is where you have to be in this thing, whatever you are creating, this is the end goal of it,
Yeah.
then definitely, you have to do it. But if you don't function like, okay, this is what I have in mind and I'm going to do it this way, this much, then I guess it's fine. Like if I have to do it, I have a different problem. My problem is that if I complete it, then after that I don't want to go back and look at it. That's my
Hmm.
problem. Yeah, so let's say if so once I write a code and if people find it fun, buggy, or they say that you go add some more features to this,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Then you
yeah.
don't. Yeah.
No, that's not my thing. Let somebody else do it.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think if you and I collaborate, then I think it will be pretty. It will be pretty good because then I can finish the project and then you can work on a code as long as
As
you.
in, yeah. Yeah, because the thing that I made
Mhm.
for the game jam, right?
Yeah.
First off, there's a bunch of different entries that you can are ways you can enter.
Uh-huh.
So you can basically choose your judging criteria.
Right.
It's more or less like 5 different competitions, really.
Right.
So some are for the audio design, some are for art, some are for programming. So of course I went for the programming one. But man, what I made is just disgusting. It works, but oh my god. Cause what it is, it's an ECS system. I built an ECS system in a day because you can do it. You can't build a good one in a day, but you can build one in a day. And it's a pattern that's really flexible and it lets you just do more or less whatever the fuck you want. You don't have to plan things ahead too much, so you can change directions really quickly.
Okay.
Which makes it useful for a game jam where I haven't fully figured out every detail and you don't have time to.
Right.
Where you're thinking of features on the fly.
Right.
Because you can usually just add them without having to go back to old stuff and changing anything. Anyway, no, my ECS system is disgusting enough because what I do is I just register all the components, right? All the different types of components I can have across Genity. And I allocate memory for every single entity to have every single component. So, even if, for example, there's only one entity in the entire game that has a player component attached to it, I've allocated 10,000 of them.
And you have created 10,000. Okay.
Because I have a position and a color. They have every other component also. There's just a little bit mask that said, but we're not going to use it. Isn't that disgusting? Well, I'll tell you what, it took almost no time to program.
Right. That's just
Or the physics is shit too. I actually had to change the game mechanics slightly to make the physics work. In the physics engine, it doesn't do any spatial partition or anything. It literally just compares every entity against every other one.
Oh my god, okay.
For finding collisions, right? So as you can imagine, it gets slow fast.
Yes, accumulate,
Right.
right? So yeah, it's gonna go out of memory too.
Like it's N2's too, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, what do I do to fix it? Well, it's simple. I added a game mechanic where your gun can overheat. That's why I have it. That's why I have the game mechanic. Not because I thought it was a good idea, although it turns out it worked. It's because I was too lazy to fix the physics to make it actually performant enough to handle that many bullets.
Oh shit, son.
So I made a mechanic that just limits how many bullets you can shoot. That's it. That was my fix.
That is freaking smart.
Because I don't have time to do a spatial partitioner.
No, you don't.
I only got 3 days.
No. Exactly.
And, you know, I only had 1 hour at the end of it. Extra, right? So, that's not enough time.
Right, exactly.
Or it's maybe barely enough time, but... There you go. But, it's not the perfect system. But it works.
It works. With features too.
And it's got features, yeah.
Gun overheats, that feature. That's funny.
The funniest thing is, here's the greatest part, okay? If you're playing with 4 people, and everybody shoots straight up, so that, like, the bullets never touch anything, so they don't die quickly, and it will bring the game's performance down to a few frames per second.
Okay.
Like, like 1 or 2 frames per second. I mean.
2 frames. Right. Okay.
But
Mm-hmm.
thankfully, people are usually shooting at each other, which
Mm-hmm.
means there's usually a floor or something right behind it, which means the bullets die very quickly.
Ah, I see. Yes.
So technically speaking, you can lag the game out, but practically speaking, it doesn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
That shit is funny. So it's going out of buffer. Okay, let the gun overheat.
Yeah. Instead of the computer.
Yeah. And everyone is like, "Wow, look at the code. Wow,
What a cool mechanic, right?
what a cool
Yeah,
mechanic, man.
no,
Wow."
it's just because my shitty physics engine sucks. There we go. Dude, I have no idea what I'm gonna get for them, because they've broken down like how they're giving points. Because that's prizes, right? So they actually do want it to have a bit of an official methodology to it. And one of the sections is documentation.
Oh.
They want it is like a separate file too, not just comments in the code and stuff. So I mean, I wrote one, but it's not like super detailed. Because by the end, I think I wrote like. Let me take a rough guess. Okay. Okay, if each system is about 100 lines, and I think I have like scenes and stuff for managing all that. How many is that? That's gonna be 5,000 or so lines.
Ask again. What was that you said?
Okay, 40 systems, each one's about 100 lines, so there's already 4,000.
Yeah.
Then another like
240,000.
Huh?
240,000.
240,000? What?
No, yeah. So you have 600 system, right? So 600 times 4,000 will be what? 240,000.
No. About 100 lines for the 40 systems, but then on top of that, another 600 or so for the entity component.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 4,600, and then.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say let's say 5,000, because then there's also a couple hundred for the entity or the scenes. That's a lot to document in the hour and a half that I had left. Because I did not write documentation in the process. Right? Like, I structured it in a way that made sense, but I did not write external documentation for it. Because, yeah. And also, it's super weird to document.
Yeah, but did you comment in the code or no?
Yeah.
That's
well,
it.
in places.
Yeah, so that's the code documentation basically. So you have to have the header of the thing, and each and every block, before every block, you gotta put a comment where you keep telling.
Yeah. Like, I didn't comment a lot, but it's got, I don't know, it's organized.
Okay.
Because, like, here's the thing. Each system in the game, it's basically just one function. Okay? It's usually the update function that I've implemented, but sometimes it's the render function instead, right? And literally all it does is it queries some entities, and then renders them, or updates some section of them. You know what I mean? Like, get all the entities that. How much documentation do you need for the what was it called? The physics body mover. It moves the physics bodies by their velocities. That's all it does.
Right.
Just goes through every entity that has a position and a velocity and moves a position. That's it. Like, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
How do you document that beyond just saying exactly what I just said?
Oh, I guess that's how you document it there.
But it just feels weird because that's 100 lines right there. Done.
Mhm.
And I was surprised at how little documentation I would actually need to write
Mhm.
to make the system basically understandable.
Right. Documentation, I think, it's a necessary evil,
Yeah.
which is something I have started to like it.
hmm
Yeah, I think it's a.
Because the thing is, my whole program is structured in the exact same way. Every single system is structured in the exact
Mhm.
same way. So like
Right.
once you understand how one system works, you understand how all of them work.
Right. Okay.
Um, and there is, you know what I mean? Because if you structured it differently, then like
Mhm.
I don't know, the UI might work significantly differently than how the
Mhm.
physics works, and it might work significantly differently than how the rendering works, and so on and so forth.
Right. Exactly.
But in my case, they all do the exact same thing. Like structurally, as far as how the code looks and how
Mhm.
it accesses the data and all that, it all looks the same.
Mhm.
Get some entities, iterate over them, do work on them.
Right.
And the work is very simple work. Like draw a
Gotcha.
square. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Right. All right. Let's do one more and then we close it, huh?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Um,
Yeah. It's and most of the developers are pretty lousy documentation people. It's something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bet you they didn't expect anybody to make an ECS system for the freaking game jam though.
Hmm.
It's an unhealthy addiction of mine, man. It really is. I know there's other patterns, but damn it, it works so well.
Let me see. I think there used to be a time when uh, I'm not sure if this is a. These guys are from console and I'm typing all that for no reason.
Hmm? Did you type and stuff? Hasn't been showing up
No,
in chat.
yeah, I just didn't know if crossplay is enabled or not. If crossplay is enabled, then probably these guys are from console. They won't see it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought you already were typing some of that. I'm not seeing it either.
No?
No, nothing's showing up in chat.
Really? I typed
Yeah.
actually. I'm gonna have to check what's going on. Ah. Disc, what's up, buddy? I'm doing well. How are you? Just about to wrap up this whole thing. How you been?
He caught me. That was good.
Oh.
Did you see what he did to me? Check it out.
Thanks for your support, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. I love the Twitch community, how folks help each other out.
Mhm.
Ah. Thanks, bro. Thanks for.
No problem. I got you.
Yeah. This is for sure. Alright. Ah. Oh, they scored 3 goals on us. Yeah, it's bedtime.
Yep.
After that miss, I think it's bedtime. Safe to say it's bedtime.
Ah.
Yeah, it's definitely bedtime.
Yeah, it's bedtime. Oh man.
Look at the legalize is also lurking. Hold on, well, let me at least do a shout out. You know, I haven't done that yet, so. Let me do that then.
Yep, it's bedtime.
It's basically it's it's bedtime. Sorry, I think I'm gonna have to.
Oh shit, it's going straight in. No, we're good. Oh, never mind, we're not good.
It's there you go. Wow, look at that. Rocket League God just hates me. I gotta tell you that, bro. Okay, nice, nice. At least not 0.
Mhm.
But Rocket League God definitely does hate me. Or maybe just telling me that, hey, get the fuck out of here, go to bed.
Oh. Yo, you wanna one other nasty thing about how my freaking game works? It's disgusting. Even
Yeah,
more
totally.
disgusting than the other one. Okay. So the ECS stuff. Basically, when I register components, I just register how big they are in bytes.
Uh-huh.
And that's more or less it, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I just malloc buffers of whatever size I need for them, right? To store them, all. But because it's all just like basically bytes, I'm not actually working with the types at that point. I never call constructors and I never call deconstructors. It's just random garbage that happens to be there. Unless I initialize it with something. So, I ended up running into a problem with the text rendering. Because I got a component that's got text, right? And the thing about text is, it's an array. It sort of needs an allocation because you have no idea how many characters you're talking.
Right, right.
It just initializes some memory.
Okay.
And you could do that without a constructor, really. I mean,
Okay.
you should use a constructor, and I sort of make it look like I'm using a constructor, but it doesn't technically.
So
Right?
I'm just trying to understand, how do you make it look like you're using a constructor, but you're not using a constructor?
Because externally, I take the value that I would like to, like when I add a component,
Uh-huh.
let's say I want to add a position, okay?
Uh-huh.
What I do is you have to construct a position component, then you pass in that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you do use a constructor there, and then it mem copies it over to wherever the component's actually going to be stored.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So you use a constructor, except if you try to get a reference or a pointer to the thing being constructed, it's wrong, right?
Right.
Because it's going to be moved right away. And it's not going to be moved with the move constructor. It's just going to be copied. That's it.
Right, exactly.
Right?
Right.
Or hate how I did the text. Whenever I need to use a text element for a scene, I just make the scene allocated that gets allocated with the scene itself, which stores just enough memory for every single text element that I'm going to have in the scene.
Okay.
And then, when I create the text components, I just give them pointers to chunks of that memory.
Oh, wow.
So they can write directly to it and read from it. Because, like, these components won't outlive the scene, because the scene owns them, right? So it's
Right.
perfectly safe in that way.
Uh-huh.
It just means that I have to know when the scene gets created exactly how many text components there will be. Ever. Which
Right.
happens to be okay for my use case.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. I need 6 bytes for each player's score because 5 of them are for the score, and then I need an alternation. Okay, so 6 times 4 plus I need let's see. I need 8 bytes for the names.
Okay.
Offset the pointers by whatever amount so that each to represent its text.
Oh, so basically you are not you're calculating the memory allocation yourself
Yeah.
manually.
And the text components, yeah, I know. The text components don't even own the memory that they're rendering. Like, they just have a pointer to don't even own the memory that they're rendering. Like, they just have a pointer to some chunk of memory. When the text component gets removed, that memory doesn't get deallocated or anything. It just stops using it. But it's not a memory leak because it never actually dynamically allocates anything either. It's just referencing some chunk of memory somewhere. I don't know where.
Right, exactly.
Disgusting. That's probably the most cursed thing I've done in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the time I realized it was a problem that I wasn't using constructors properly, it was way too late to redo the ECS. Ooh, nice shot.
I think I'm gonna go after this because I gotta check on my dog too. Something is not right.
Alright.
Red is 216.
Yeah.
I mean, our talk is otherwise it's unending. It's just never gonna end.
Yeah, it is. No, it won't.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But, you know what? I added a comment explaining exactly why I'm doing this weird ass way of doing the text.
Okay. Okay.
I don't have time to fix it, so this is the fix I'm doing. I just don't have time. Because the thing is, we get marked for quality of code. or ranked or whatever. So we'll see what they have to say about that.
As long as you call it a feature, I think it's not a problem.
It works.
It works, right? You create a game where gun gets hot. That advanced mechanics you have added in the game, the gun gets hot.
Yeah. What the? Here's one handy thing. Because all the text is allocated in the scene, it turns out like updating the text for different components and stuff like that is so convenient. Because I don't even have to reference the component. I can just go straight to the text. Owned the actual like byte array,
Mm-hmm.
character array, then I'd
Right.
have to go through the component, and that would be a pain in the neck,
Yes, it will be. Yep.
right?
Yep.
So now I don't. Now I just say, well, you know what? I want to update player 4's score.
Right.
I know that that's you know, byte number 13 to 17.
It's just every time I just think about gun gets hot, it reminds me of Battlefield 4. So in Battlefield 4, gun gets hot. Like you or there like in vehicle mounted guns or M249 saw, all those guns, they get hot if you can keep on firing.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm wondering why that gun was getting hot. Now since you told me. So
That it's actually because I just couldn't manage it without it, yeah.
yeah, I think so. I think that they just could like okay.
Or they just raycast.
I don't remember actually it, but
Because like the reason it helps me is because the projectiles are simulated, so they have a lifetime and all that.